This is maybe, possibly, most definitely the greatest duo of all time.
Okay.
Greatest dynamic duo of all time.
Okay.
Ant and Dec have absolutely nothing on us.
Oh, definitely not.
Batman and Robin wish they could be us.
Oh, they definitely would.
There is no rice without stew.
Oh, yeah. Say that again.
There is no rice without stew.
Of course.
If you're having pounded yam, you must have soup.
Oh, yes. Which soup?
I'm more of an okra sort of guy, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't mind the okra.
You know,
it's
or
okay.
ogbono, whichever one is going shy. The soup needs
Let's
to drop
stick
for
to
me.
okra. Let's stick to okra.
Stick to okra.
Yes,
You don't
please.
like ogbono like that?
Mba. I don't like it.
If you're having gari, you must have it with, with milk if you're drinking it.
Okay. For those that like it.
It's all right. We'll run with that one for now.
Yes. We can be people's taste. We cannot be everybody's taste.
Whoa.
Sugar it.
You
Okay.
understand?
Go on.
You know,
All right. Keep going.
if there is up, there must be down.
Of course.
If there is left, there must be right.
Oh, yes.
If I'm Tony Stark, she's Rudy.
Okay.
She didn't like that position. She's like, nah. But yes,
Okay, go on.
we are the Meet in the Middle podcast, people. Rotted. I said,
Listen, we have to be excited for ourselves, okay? Okay. I mean, introduce yourself, please.
yes, I am Odi,
And I am Steffy Milano.
and this is the Meet in the Middle podcast. This is our very first episode.
Definitely.
Yes.
Very first. Long time coming. What?
How long did it take for us to do this?
Guys, we've had some technical difficulties. Let's talk about that.
I'm not even sure I want to discuss them because they hurt my feelings.
Actually, you know what? Before we actually talk about that, I think let's actually discuss what the podcast is about.
Oh, yeah. True.
Okay.
Yeah, you might not know about that, do you?
No, they don't.
Yeah. This podcast is about many things. The main thing being, though, this is about our shared love of anime.
Yeah.
You know,
Definitely that.
we are anime lovers,
Yes, we are.
not anime experts.
Okay. That's what I wanted to elaborate on. We are not anime
So
experts.
don't hold us to certain standards. If you see me pronounce a name and it sounds very westernized, very English,
Yep.
my guy, accept it and close your eyes, close your ears. Don't go and start telling me how the phonetic pronunciation of I'm not Japanese, nor am I Chinese, or whichever country the anime will be coming from, because it might be Korean, who knows?
Yeah, it could be Korean as well.
So I'm neither one of them.
Yes.
Do not hold me to that standard.
Also, like, I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to like anime, I might not even know who produced it, who the directors are, what studios they were made on. Like, I don't have the details per se. I just really love watching anime. I would click on my Netflix, click on my Crunchyroll, go on my Funimation, and I'll definitely be about that life and just be watching my anime. I mean, you know, I also grew up anime, so that's definitely a thing for me.
So
you know
if
what I mean?
ever refer to a character as the Donny with the turban or something along them lines, just roll with it.
So just roll with, yeah,
roll
because
with it.
names as well can be a bit complex for
They
me.
may slip.
Yes.
Certain animes, I might have the in and outs in the names. The other ones, I might just know the main character, and that might be a push.
I said that might be a push.
Might be a push.
That might be a bit rude, not to even know the main character. Come on.
Look, the storyline is lit. Sometimes the name comes secondary.
Yeah, I
It's
do like
got
the
that
storylines. Would I say that I like the storylines more than anything else? No, I do actually go for the actual animation as well sometimes, I would say. But the storyline is what keeps me there, if that
100%.
makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is important to me. You know, but obviously it's not just anime we're going to be discussing on this podcast.
Yes.
We're definitely going to try and do a lot of lifestyle topics, talk about life, because we got so much to share on that aspect of things. And there's only so much we can discuss anime. But for us, anime was the main, like, it was our main focus because we don't have anybody, well, let me talk for myself first. But I don't have that many people to talk anime about. Like, I don't have people to discuss anime with. Yeah. Every time I'm like, oh yeah, like, you know, what are you into? I'm like, oh, I'm so into anime. Everyone just be looking at me like, I mean, people around me be looking at me like, okay, okay, if that's what you watch, that's on you, you know. And obviously I've had some people or some friends, yeah, that will be like, oh, actually, you know what? I've watched a few. It's not that bad, but they don't watch as many as I do. And also, put this out there, I don't think neither are you. To be fair, we're not necessarily part of the anime community per se, and I wish we were. But I feel like this is like an entry,
Sort
of. Yeah.
We're begging for approval.
Yes, we are. I mean, begging.
Yeah, no.
I don't know about begging.
Yeah, we're like children that need parent approval. Please let us in. Please let us in.
But it would be nice to like have you guys definitely joining and engaging with our topics and our podcast, and kind of like putting down comments down below, rating our podcast on Apple, Spotify, and all that good stuff, because we're going to be out there for sure. And I also have to add, and this may sound really bad, but I have never also been to an anime convention.
No, I've never been. I've always wanted to go. I always talk about the idea. I've always had different outfits. Like one year I was really thinking about going. I planned, I said I'm going to show up as the Raikage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then life caught me and I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And then the next year I thought, oh, you know who I'll probably go as? I said, you know what, let me try, what's my man's name?
What?
I think it was Killer B.
Okay.
I was just running through Cloud Village Donnies, I ain't gonna lie. Because I thought that man look black, so I thought we can make this work. The system, it will look realistic. And then COVID hit. So yeah, that didn't happen again.
Evidently, Odi is a fan of Naruto.
You're damn right.
Evidently. Probably, I would say almost number one fan, because that's where you have the details and you have
everything.
the expertise. I'll give you expertism when it comes to Naruto.
Yeah, that one I can claim expertise. You can call me out on that one.
Yeah. And also, I feel like, no, definitely you're the one that introduced me to Naruto.
Yeah.
And that was definitely my gateway in, you know. So, and I absolutely love Naruto, but is not necessarily like my favorite. It's just the one that I have love for because it brought me in. But for me, if I was to discuss what kind of genres I'm into, I would say I'm definitely a slice of life girl.
Yeah.
I love me some slice of life.
Yes, you do.
Okay. Recently, I've been doing a little bit more psychological thriller. Yes, Tara, thank you very much. It's your fault because, yeah, that's our producer's / cousin in the back.
It's a family affair over here.
It's a family affair.
You know, it's cheaper that way.
Yeah. So we've just been, you know, really, really, going back on the fact that we just wanted to be, oh my God, guys, I lost my train of thought. Oh, composure. I'm sorry. I might do this a few times on the podcast, just an FYI, just to let you guys know. But yes, I was saying that I would definitely want to, what? Guys.
Psychological thrillers.
Yes, so thank you. That's what I was trying to get back to. Psychological thrillers. And what else am I into? I would say I kind of like everything to an extent.
Yeah.
You like to call me like an anime whore because I like to watch all kinds of anime. I like shoujo as well. I like shonen.
You do a bit of everything. I would say for me, I am 100% a shonen lover.
Yes, you are.
You know, some people may judge that.
Yes, I do.
You know, I say, you know, Banyu, that's me being polite. I really wanted to say something else, but we're not going to do that.
What were you about to say, please?
Something that has to be bleeped out. But I'd rather not. Plus, that's a lot of editing work, which I'm not doing anyways for this one. But yeah, let me not give somebody else more work to do.
Well, I thank you for that.
No worries. I'm just being a good sibling. But yeah, shonen is definitely more my thing. I am kind of open to trying other stuff. Steffy kind of has to get me to do it because otherwise I'm not really trying to go outside my box too tough. You know what I'm saying?
What is that anime that I've been trying to make you watch for time? Until date, I am struggling to make you watch.
Is it a psychological thriller?
Yeah, it's a psychological thriller as well. And it's the Higurashi.
Yeah.
Yes. I've been trying to make him watch that anime because I think it's so good. I don't think it's the best out there. Please, before anyone tries to come for me, don't you dare. But it's definitely a very good anime all around. Like I like the storyline. It was very shocking. At first, I was very confused, but it was definitely like it. Once he got me, once I was hooked. Like I was hooked, and I just wanted to understand.
It's not bad. It's just it's a really long, slow burn, and I have this thing with everything. By the way, not just anime, TV shows, everything across the board.
Yeah,
I have the 3-episode rule. If you need more than 3 episodes to draw me in, for me, you've done some poor writing. Okay. Like 3, if you can't, 3 episodes is a lot of commitment on anything, whether it's a 20-minute show or a 40-minute show. Yeah, that's a lot of time for me to give you that, and you've still not captivated me. Then I'm not gonna lie, we need to move on.
But if your sister is telling you, hey, watch this. It is a slow burner because I know that it starts with a lot of slice of life. Yeah. But just keep watching it. As you get on, you will definitely enjoy it and you will want to know more. See? Would you not trust that?
The last time I trusted that, you hurt my feelings with what you made me watch.
Wait, how?
I can make a kill. Because the way that man started, everyone was just getting chopped down. Like it was long. Like I was just like, I can't hold no attachment to no character here because everyone is just dying.
Yes.
And I was just like, nah, this ain't it. I've got attachment with characters, especially if I like you in it. So I'm not trying to see my characters die.
But I feel like I warned you. Didn't I not warn you beforehand?
No, you didn't. 100% you didn't, because it caught me off guard.
Oh, okay.
Because in my head, they've introduced set man, so I'm thinking, okay, you man are there for the whole plot. And then by certain I forgot, it was just early on.
Is this a spoiler alert?
Maybe slightly. Yeah. Okay, people die. Let's put it like that. People die, and it wasn't fair.
We won't say who dies, but then just know that people die.
Yeah.
Okay.
Die.
All right.
And it caught me off guard. So I was like, I'm not gonna lie. From this day forth, I'm not sure. I will not lie though. When it comes to things outside of shonen that you show me that I liked, I'd say my favorite, and I still need to go back and finish it. Classroom of the Elite.
Yeah, that was really good.
I thought that was kind of cold. I like Classroom of the Elite.
Yeah, that was good.
I like the main character because
so do I actually.
He has a level of nonchalance, but then he's silently calculated as well.
Yes, he is.
And I'm just like, I like you. You're my kind of guy.
Yeah.
You know, he's like I don't even know who to use to describe him. But he's just
I think it's a character of his own. I think like also with anime you can experiment with storylines. Like they can go way beyond the norm, and that's what I like about it. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So they can because it's so creative in the way they put their stories, the way they portray their stories and everything. So it's just so amazing to watch. Like I feel like you just get captured because it's not something that you would necessarily see in any other format. So that's the reason why I love anime and I love watching it as well. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I also like to read manga as well, just to put that out there. Like sometimes I'm so impatient. Like I can't wait for this new seasons to arrive, and I'll just be like, okay, I'm just going to watch myself. I'm just going to read the manga because I'm about to wait a whole year or 2 or who knows when for a new season to come up.
You see, the thing is when you read the manga, you go ahead. My problem is that it kind of sometimes steals away from the excitement of when the anime drops, especially if I know the manga is like the anime is very true to the manga. That's where it's like I know what's coming here. And the only anime that I could do that with was obviously all the Naruto Shippuden, and Boruto, whatever. Where I'm like, for some reason,
are you reading One Piece?
I've read One Piece before, but it's only when I get to a point where I'm just like, I'm itching to find out what's happening next. The last time I did that was probably Big Mom's arc, where I was just like, I can't be asked. I'm just going to read the manga now. And
I can understand that. I think there was a pause. There was a big pause doing that after that.
I think so.
I think so as well. So I guess I can understand that.
That was the only time where I had that itch where I was like, okay, I'm now going to go beyond. I almost did it with Bleach, and I'm so happy I did not get far. I was like, it was the first chapter of the 1,000-Year Blood War arc. I'd only got through the first chapter, but I'm so happy I didn't get any further than that. obviously, because now I've been repaid for my patience.
Yeah.
For having waited for it, because obviously the manga ended up coming out. I said the manga, sorry, the anime. But aside from that, nah, I try not to really read manga too much because sometimes it takes away from anime enjoyment. I'd rather just be patient and wait, no matter how long it takes. So, cross fingers, Hunter x Hunter 2023.
Cross fingers.
You know what I'm saying? I did hear something about that coming out.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, there's been some few animes, right? That although I've I almost didn't read the manga and I took time and I wanted to wait. Then I got impatient. There was one especially that I got impatient. I was like, okay, you know what? Let me just read the manga. I read the manga. I thought it was fantastic, fabulous, well written.
Can I guess which one this is, by the way?
Yes.
Promised Neverland.
100%. 100%. It was amazing. It was so good. So obviously the first season literally corresponds with the actual manga.
Yeah.
So I thought obviously when they're going to do season 2, it's going to be the same. Lies they tell.
I could tell how hurt you were when that one happened.
I was so hurt, but I was so glad that I read the manga, because if I just kept on to if I just stuck to the anime, then I would have been very disappointed, and I wouldn't have read the manga because I would have thought that the manga would have matched the anime.
Yeah.
Oh my God, how horrible. Nah, I actually want them to redo that. I feel like it deserves a remake, and they should follow the manga.
Off camera, I think you need to tell me what is the difference, because I watched season 1 with you. I don't know if you watched at the same time or if you were just doing a rewatch for my sake. Was it just a rewatch for you when we watched it?
When we watched what?
Promised Neverland season 1.
Yeah, it was a rewatch. I've rewatched it quite a few times. I thought
okay.
it was really good.
But yeah, I remember watching it. I really enjoyed it. But the way you spoke about season 2, I've just never bothered.
Yeah, but you're not going to bother even reading the manga.
I know, but there's no point in me watching something that's crap. I already know it's crap. What's the point? That's a waste of my time. Nah,
but I feel like you should read the manga because it's actually really good. Like, the storyline was well made. I just think the anime was just a disappointment.
It just wasn't it for you.
I was so disappointed. Very disappointed. In fact, I don't even want to bang on about it because I'm not gonna lie, it just upsets me every time I think about it. So there is a few times where I thought, you know what, actually reading the manga is not gonna kill me. I'd rather just read the manga. And to be fair, I feel like once I actually do read the manga, I understand what is going on better. Because sometimes with the anime, especially if I'm watching it subbed, I get lost.
Your attention span. My
attention span is stupid. It's ridiculous. So, yeah, definitely that. Do you know what else I've just noticed? Yeah, we actually did not introduce ourselves. I mean, when I say introduce ourselves, we haven't actually spoken about who we are. I think that you guys, the audience, deserves to know a little bit more about us.
Okay. You know what? Let's do it in the context of anime. So, in terms of the anime that you watch,
yeah,
how many of them would you say are, or how connected are the animes you watch to who you are as a person?
To who wow. I'm going to have to think about this.
That's a deep layered question. Wow.
Oh my God. We can be sitting here for time because I don't think I can give you an answer. Who represents me as a person?
Not who represents you as a person per se, but okay, I'll give you an example. So for me, I'm the kind of person, you've always known me, I've always loved sports. I've always loved competing. I like the idea of victories, triumph, underdog story. That's my kind of thing.
That's your persona.
That's my persona to an extent.
Okay.
So that's where my love of shonen type animes, sports type animes, that sort of thing, I'm drawn to those kind of things more. Okay. And it teaches, for me, I'm not gonna lie, anime does a better job of teaching you who you are as a person and building you up than sometimes people's parents do. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not referring to my parents. My parents, great. That's on y'all. I'm just talking about in general, innit? But for instance now, no,
wow.
I'm the kind of person
but
that
wow.
when it comes to stories about victory,
yeah,
triumph, that's my sort of thing. You know, that's where I would say my love of what's a good example? Okay, like the story of Naruto, for instance. You know,
yeah.
In terms of a kid that's kind of growing up, he has this ideal goal he wants to reach, and obviously eventually he does get to it. Spoiler alert. I'm sorry if you don't know that, that's on you by now. I'm sorry. But that story for me resonates with me in a sense because I know me growing up as a kid, the kind of stuff that I was reaching for, and you know, sometimes some of the stumbling blocks I may have had or whatever, and I always connected that kind of stuff with me. Or like if I'm talking, let's say, sports anime wise, I played a lot of team sports growing up, so stuff with things like, I don't know, like slam dunk, cross basketball, as you know, which I love. What's another one? Blue lock, awashi, that kind of thing. It resonates with me because one, I love the idea of team sports, but I love the idea of never giving up, pursuing the win to the very end, odds being stacked against me. Like, I have a brain where it's like, I remember every moment in sports for me that has ever gone wrong. And I constantly analyze it. Some people say it's too much to where it's like I'm beating myself up. That's what my girlfriend always says. But to me, it's just extreme competitiveness.
Yeah.
I want to always win. And I take it to the point of, I want to know the reasons why I lost. It's hyper analyzing almost. So it's like sometimes where you see stuff in animes where a moment in anime that really in real life happens in 5 seconds. And these men are having conversations mid-air and exchanging words, and they're breaking down the whole moment. For me, it's lit because it's like, I'm imagining if only you could have the moment in real life like that, to that extent, to that sort of depth. So that's where I'll say anime connects with me as a person. It gives you more about me as a personality. You know, obviously I don't play sports no more, just because obviously life has panned out the way it has, and obviously I have other stuff that's taking my priority in time. So all my energy now is obviously into, like, you know, the gym and that sort of physical activity.
Yeah.
And I find the level of competitiveness for that for myself, to where I can still feel like I get that feeling of I'm trying to better myself. I'm trying to do better than, I'm not gonna lie, some people. I'm out here competing with people in the gym that don't even now competing with them.
Oh my God.
I'm just in my head, I'm looking, I'm just like, I seen what you looked like 5 months ago. Oh my God, no, I see how you're lining up with me. Or just even from a sense of like analyzing my physique and my shape and what I'm trying to do for myself.
So you're very
from a
competitive.
Standpoint, yeah, from a strength and from an aesthetic standpoint as well.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm hyper competitive, and that's what comes across in terms of the stuff I watch and enjoy more. And maybe that's why I can't do this lifestyle, because it just feels like
That's why you're very shonen.
very shonen, very sports, very, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, that's why I lean more to those sort of things.
Okay. Oh God, Adi, you just asked me a question where I need to actually remember what animes I've watched, and right now all I can think of is Naruto, because we've been discussing Naruto. Okay, but no, I'm not gonna go there. But I would say the ones that resonate with me is those that like to do for friends. You know, the ones that, you know, they're about their friendships, they're about sticking together, they're about, you know,
I mess with them ones as well. I like that as well.
I absolutely love those ones. Like, even like, you know, just being free. Like, I'm a very free person. Like, I like the freedom to be able to do and be whoever you want to be, and just, I resonate with Luffy, One Piece. I love him. Absolutely love him. Do you understand? So, like, I feel like even the fact that, you know, he will definitely fight for his friends when they need him, but he's also very chill. You know, he's not a busybody.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I love that. How would you define underdog as well?
Underdog. Okay, I wouldn't. Would I put? I'm not sure if I put Luffy in the position of underdog.
No, not Luffy. But what's an underdog? Like,
Okay,
the term underdog. What does it mean to you? Or like, what is it? Because
in
before
general,
I use it,
it's just essentially somebody who, at the initial stage or the beginning, the odds aren't stacked in a way that looks as though they are going to win or reach that end goal that everybody's looking at. Like, for instance, let's say me versus you, for instance, at something, I'd be viewed as the underdog because maybe you look as though somebody who has more of an advantage in that area, you're better set up for that. Let's take, who's a good underdog I can throw inside there?
okay, no. I just wanted a very quick definition, okay, of what an underdog was. But okay, that doesn't resonate with me because I don't feel like I'm an underdog. But I just wanted to say that I'm somebody that at first, you know, you think I'm this stubborn person, and you know, like, and I don't know if anyone's watched Inuyasha, but like he's very like stubborn, and you know, like things done his own way and all that kind of stuff. And I resonate with that to an extent, and I feel like it slightly describes me, but I'm somebody that loves hard. Like when I love my peoples, I will fight hard for those people. Like I'm that person. So I resonate with like characters like those ones that are a bit stubborn. They'll give it to you. But not give it to you as in headache, but like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, and then at the same time, they'll just like, you know, they'll give you they'll give you some good love, like hard love, like, you know what I mean? Like they just want to be there for you in any way they possibly can.
There's more layers to the character than initially shown.
Yes, do you know what I mean? And I feel like I have definitely different type of layers. Like you can't really define me all in one. Like, I mean, nobody, I feel like everybody has different layers to them. But I feel like with me especially, I have so much, like I can relate and empathize with so many people in general. Like it's just the kind of person I am. So I guess that would describe who I am to an extent as well. Using anime. Okay. With this loaded question that you just asked me.
She's like, we didn't plan this one.
We didn't plan this one. No, but it's cool, like, and it's good because I feel like with this podcast as well, like I know that we're trying to be like kind of organized with it, but at the same time I feel like we're gonna definitely challenge each other sometimes in it. So I think it's good. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah,
but you
off the cuff, you know. Just shoot. It's just off the cuff, innit? Shoot from the hip.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Never heard that term before, but yeah, okay, cool. Also, please, I need to put this out there because I know Audie's gonna come for me on this podcast. Let me just tell you guys now, my English.
He's not Englishing.
No, don't do that. First of all, it's me to come and say this. I don't need you to come and talk for me, okay? But like my English can be a bit, it's not the very best.
Higa haga.
Yes, very higgy haga. But I will try my very best to not mess up on this podcast, to speak actual English, proper English. Okay, English is not my first language. Okay, I was born in Italy. Just to give you a little bit more about me, I was born in Italy. And I was brought up there until like secondary school, and then I came here. Yeah. And the only language I ever spoke before before I came here was mainly Italian and nothing else. I understood a bit of Swahili because our mother is Tanzanian, and our father is Nigerian, so our accents as well will be all over the place. Just an expectation to put out there. But yeah, like so. That's my reasoning, but it doesn't make sense because
She's
a
jack of all trades. She ain't mastered not a single one of them languages.
But I can speak different languages.
I give you that skill. Yeah, that's
nice. Audie has mastered the one that he knows at the very least.
Look, it's not about having your hands in multiple pots. It's making sure that one pot is sweet. That's what I decided to do. So you see, English, I've got this. Vocab, I've got this. You want big words? I can do big word with you. If you want to make it small, I can do small talk. Whichever one, I can do it, baby. Simple and short.
At least I can give you varieties.
Yes, but within those varieties, you're still messing up.
But you don't, you see, this is why I don't like you, because you don't have no respect for your elders, okay?
Because you're not Igbo enough for the Nigerians.
Yeah, because we're Igbo as well, guys, of tribe.
You're not Tanzanian enough because they go there and they see you as the Nigerian girl as well. In Italy, they can tell you've been away because some of the words and the accent might be a little bit slippy, just a little bit. You know, it fall off, so they can tell you're not 100% there. And then when you come here, you be exposing and opening your yash, saying certain words you're not supposed to be saying.
I genuinely think that you should stop talking because we'll fight. Like, honestly.
How did you use the word pungent earlier?
So we're not going to do that. And you're not going to expose me on this podcast. That's not what we're not going to do, okay? How rude of you. Something that I said off mic. You want to come and say on mic.
It wasn't in confidence, was it?
Yes, it was in confidence, okay? Please do not insult me. Oh my god. But anyways, it's all good.
I mean, yeah, mine's not as colorful because obviously I was born in America, but yeah, English has just been my thing, really. I did speak Italian when I first came here, like you, but I was 4, so I just dropped all my Italian. I can't remember a word. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You don't know a single word.
Apparently, I laughed when people spoke English to me, but
yes, you did.
I can't remember none of this. So in my head, I've always spoke English. My brain translates everything in English. I just sometimes used to pop the whole little fake Italian thing on certain dates to impress certain people. You know what I'm saying? I bring out certain wine or certain food. Or put a little. Little accent, you know what I'm saying? Throw it aside there just to show off. But aside from that, I'm not Italian for nothing. So anybody who's been out on a date with me before in the past and I said something by Italian, I was being honest, but I wasn't being honest at the time.
He was lying.
No. It's just I got turned the truth around small flip-flop. But for the most part, it was there.
Obviously, the name of our podcast is Meet in the Middle. I feel like...
Otherwise, I would sound very silly at the beginning of the episode for what I said.
So I feel like it would be nice to tell the audience like why we came up with the concept, like with the name of the actual show of the podcast as like Meet in the Middle.
I mean, we can't do that without exposing our age.
Well, I'm not ashamed of my age. So
you shouldn't be.
Why would I?
I said you shouldn't be.
Okay, you sound very sarcastic. But I'm gonna let that slide. Okay.
It's fine.
Anyways, but definitely, just the concept of Meet in the Middle, we decided to call it that because we are definitely, we're not polar opposites. We're actually pretty much similar to an extent. Yeah. We're very much similar. But I would say that we, that there are certain things that allows us to see things quite differently, right?
I'll say we're two sides of the same coin.
Okay, yes, you can put it like that. Yeah. And we are definitely we're different ages. Like we have 7 years gap between us, guys. Okay.
Yeah, I know it doesn't look it.
No, it does not. Because I look young. I know.
And it's part of, you look young, I look semi, a bit older than my age. That I don't mind, to be fair. It works out for me. I think it's always been that way for guys and girls. I think guys don't mind looking a little bit older than they actually are. And girls have always preferred to be someone a little bit younger. But yeah,
true,
so I'm 24, for those who don't know. And obviously, do the maths, 7 years.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to say it anyways. Yeah, but I'm 31.
You're brave.
I don't understand. Don't insult me because I'm not old. I don't know why you try to come for me.
Do you know what's mad?
What?
I've not used the word old today.
No, but you said brave. So why should I be brave? But why am I brave?
For speaking on the microphone. It's very hard to speak on the mic, Some people can't do that.
You are very cheeky. Very, very cheeky. Okay. But yes, I am 31. So we definitely have an age difference. We're literally 2 different generations at this point.
I don't like to say that, but okay.
But we are. I know you want to be a millennial. But you
ain't.
I
am a millennial.
No, you're not. You're a Gen Z.
No.
You are definitely a Gen Z.
It's 2000 upwards. Still, you must include me with your people. I beg.
No.
I'm not.
Gen Z
man,
is
you're not
90,
putting me in the same bracket.
I think it's from 96 or 97. Tara, could you help us, please? When is Gen Z starts, please? Can you let us know?
Because I'm so sure I'm included. I feel like she's been trying to exclude me on purpose.
I'm not trying to exclude you. I know for a fact that you are 1997 till 2013. Oh wow.
Okay. Well, I'm
so what would you say?
I'm still millennial. I'm millennial at heart.
Wow, 2013. Sorry, I just clocked. Sorry, 2013. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay, but
pretty far.
Yeah, that stretch is really. But to be fair, millennial is like from 1980 something. So I get that. So it makes sense. But 1981, right? Till 1996. So it makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're definitely a Gen Z 1998.
I'm millennial at heart. I don't think you can put me in the Gen Z box. Because some of the Gen Z stuff is wild, I'm not gonna lie.
I get it.
And I'm
Our
supposedly part of you,
generation
man,
is
so
really
I'm not
cool.
putting that in there.
Millennials, I get it.
I was
We're
just
cool.
born at the wrong time in life, man. I'm an old spirit, low key.
I don't know, like I feel like between millennials and Gen Z, there is some differences, but there isn't that major differences. I feel like we are definitely that gap between the baby boomers, baby bloomers,
Who's baby bloomers? Are they before you?
Is
man?
it baby bloomers or baby boomers? Boomers, yeah.
Boomers,
Baby boomers, and they are more so like our parents' generation. Wait, is it our parents? Yeah, it's our parents' generation. So we're definitely that gap because they took care of us, and so we have some of their traits. I wanted to say unfortunately, but no, that's so rude.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
No.
Because they'll watch this.
But to be fair, we've started a whole new trend. We look at things very much differently, and we definitely are that generation that also like that freedom of speech, that freedom of being whoever you are and who you are, and not having conflict just because we think and look at each other different from each other. Like, I feel like
100%.
that concept definitely started more so. I mean, it's been there for generations, not just with us, but I mean, it became a lot more stronger with us because I believe because of globalization.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
If you
mean?
want to identify as a penguin, you can identify as a penguin.
I mean, you guys are if you want to identify as a penguin, you identify as a penguin. Y'all two kids completely left. I mean, we were going in that direction, but you lot decided to whoop.
Shout out to Piers Morgan, man. I saw a clip the other day where he was going up against this woman. They were talking, it was a debate.
Yeah.
And he must have been like, so that means if I want to, I can identify as a black lesbian. And the way this black girl that was sat next to him, like, them laughs, like this, on television.
Who's that? Who?
Piers Morgan.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that guy.
The way, and the thing is, even the girl that's debated against him, I could tell she wanted to low-key laugh a bit as well. But she knew that this is not going to help my point, so I need to stop him here before he keeps on going.
But he always comes with some next controversial conversations and stuff. But I think he can be a good watch, and sometimes I find him really offensive. I'm not gonna lie.
It is what it is, man. You take your grain of salt when it comes to Piers Morgan, but with regards to Meet in the Middle, the name obviously comes to do with partly with our age gap.
Yep.
Partly with the fact that obviously we're brother and sister, not brother and brother or sister and sister.
Yeah. So there's the male prospect, the male perspective.
We've got one English word. There needs to be a counter, and we're gonna put this in. Watch when I start editing these. Watch, there's gonna be a counter, but that's one. Keep going.
You have an enemy in me.
You damn right.
You damn right.
It's like what's that Toy Story song? You got a friend in me.
No, you have an enemy in me. Okay, but no. What were you saying? Yeah, so I was saying there's definitely gonna be the male perspective and then the female perspective on a lot of the topics as well at hand. What else will give us where we would definitely try and meet in the middle?
I mean, all round, but I think
even our anime taste.
Yeah, our anime taste there's a meet in the middle aspect to it, but I think it's also the fact that obviously like we've not grown together our entire lives.
No, we haven't.
We've had periods where we've not been in the same house for years.
Yeah, that's very true.
At a time, like
very true.
like I mean, early stages, I'd say we were together pretty much up until about the age of till I was 7, and you were how old was that? You were 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, from 7 to 4 till I was 7 until when you were 14, we were always together. Then obviously we moved to Nigeria.
And then I went to boarding school.
She immediately got shipped to boarding school because in Nigeria, apparently it's not normal for you to be a secondary school student and be a day student. So she immediately got shipped to boarding. I mean, now it's less of that, but maybe, I'm not sure actually.
No, there was day schools. They just chose
No,
to
it's
put
day
me
schools, but
in a boarding school.
trust me, people will look at you sideways for being a day student. They'll be like, "Oh, your child is soft," or something along them sort of lines.
Soft?
Yeah.
Soft?
Is that
I don't want to talk about it today,
Is
but
that
we would
Ajebo
definitely...
kids that were doing day student more
I
times back
definitely
then?
would definitely... I mean, I feel like we should definitely talk about our school experiences in Nigeria, because that's a whole different thing.
That's a whole conversation.
That's a
in
whole
itself,
conversation. Things that have happened, things that we've seen, how it shaped us to an extent as well.
It could literally be an episode in itself with nothing else being spoken about.
No, I believe so.
Is that
I
deep?
definitely believe that.
But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah. So obviously there's that. So that was the point where you went to boarding school. I was still in school.
Yeah.
You stayed in Nigeria for only 1 year.
Yes, I did.
She gave up. And then obviously I stayed for
I was never meant to be there in the first place. How about that?
I stayed on for an extra 4 years.
Yeah.
So we had 4 years apart during that period. Obviously, there might have been like the odd summer holiday where maybe I got to come to England for a little bit again.
Yeah.
Or I think I remember there's one Christmas you came back.
Yes, actually,
around your 18th birthday.
My 18th birthday, yeah.
You remember you came back. And that was my first year in boarding school myself.
Yeah, I remember.
JS1.
And Toby, remember Toby?
Yeah, our cousin Toby.
That's our cousin, yeah.
Yeah, so that was my first term. And then obviously I moved back to England.
Oh, wait. Sorry, before you go on, I actually got, because it's like so funny that you're talking about Toby, because literally just the other day, he put on I think it was a meme about an anime character.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it was like about how useless Gohan was. Like the expectations, he did not meet them. And all he wanted to be was stronger than a human. So he put, I think it was along the lines of that. And then we were just discussing it because when I saw it, I started laughing. And I was like, yeah, he disappointed a lot of us. Really There's a lot of hope. So yeah, just sorry.
I need to see what he, you know what it is, because I think.
I didn't know he was an anime. Like he would, like obviously I don't know if he watches anime in totality, but I mean, he watched Dragon Ball, so I was kind of like,
Dragon Ball's key for a lot of people.
Yeah.
That Gohan situation, though, we do need to watch that Dragon Ball Super movie that they made for him specifically.
Okay.
Where he's more at the forefront. Because I think there must be something in it anyways. I hope. Because otherwise, I'm at the point of soon giving up on Gohan. He made some moves in the Tournament of Power, but we'll leave that one there. That's another conversation.
Okay, that's another conversation. Yeah, sorry, go on. I actually cut you off. You were saying.
Then obviously I moved back to England.
Yeah, by the time you moved
12,
back to England, it was.
For you, that was I'm going off to uni. I'll see you, man, in a bit time.
Yeah, and I moved out.
You moved out. You moved to London. I still stayed here in Leicester.
Yeah.
So then you were there. I mean, you basically, she decided to abandon Leicester and pretend like she never came from here whatsoever. So you basically just.
Well, I didn't. I came from here. I didn't come from here. I came from Italy.
Oh, stop it, my God.
I didn't come from here.
So.
I was from Milan.
Okay, that's what we're doing now.
No, but it's true.
No, it's okay.
I lived here less than I've ever lived anywhere else. Let's be honest. I've lived in Leicester less than I've lived anywhere else.
It's sharp part of you to an extent, but I know you don't want to accept that.
What? No, okay, Leicester has some attributes. By the way, if you didn't know, we're from Leicester in the UK.
Yeah.
But Leicester definitely, obviously, has had an impact in my life. I mean, I came here and I did secondary school and college. So that's 7 years of my life that I'm joking. I was gonna say.
So you're never getting back.
No, but when I went to London, I was there for like 11 years plus. Yeah. So I feel like if I'm gonna say where I actually I had a life is in London. I mean, I had a life here as well, but that's where I've grown the most.
We were like your pit stop. You'd come through to here in between whilst you're moving houses.
Yeah.
So you'd come and stay in the house for a month, and then you cut again.
Yeah, and I cut again.
You know, I felt very used, but it's okay.
No, that was a good time for us to hey, what's up, Adim?
Yeah, the odd check in there. So obviously, I went to uni in Manny. And also, you were still in Manchester. I say you're still in Manchester. You were still in London at the time.
Yeah.
So we're still separated again.
Yeah.
It was only basically when we came back during COVID, because that was around the time when I'd also moved back to the house.
Yeah.
You'd moved back. So really, how many years have we actually collectively lived together?
Not that many.
Not that
But
many.
even when I did come back, when I came back for COVID, I only stayed like 4 months, and then I went back to London, and then from there I came back for a bit, and then I went to Nigeria for a year.
Did you go back to London when you came back?
Yeah, because I was working in Essex.
Ah, okay. Oh yeah, there was a period true you went there for a little bit.
So it so definitely we didn't have that long of a period where we actually lived together. I think this is the longest period we've lived together since we were like 7. I mean, well, since you were 7 and I was 14.
I was about to say. I said we were 7, like we were 7 together.
No.
But
but definitely I feel like, because then that means we have loads of grounds for us to kind of get to where we're trying to meet in the middle and understand. Like, I feel like you have a voice for a certain type of people, and I have a voice for a certain type as well. Yeah. But to an extent, we can definitely meet in the middle because we have a lot of similarities as well. So it's very easy for us to talk and converse, and and obviously we're hoping that we get to a stage where we can have guests on the platform and just have people where we can discuss anime, discuss live. I hope we get to that stage, but for the meantime, you're just gonna get me and Adi. And hopefully you enjoy the things that we have to share with you guys, and we want you guys to also kind of engage with us, like I said, because I know this, we're very new to the community of anime, but we're definitely in there, and
we need a community of podcasting in general, to be fair,
and podcasting as well. This is the first podcast I've done, and I'm guessing that I don't think this is your first podcast.
This is my second attempt. So, a part of me don't want to count the first one, but somebody who said that's me being salty. Ain't me being salty. It's just the first one was so poorly organized where I'm not even feeling to put that on my resume. That's one of them ones, like, you work somewhere for like a month, 2 months, but you don't put it on your CV because it's not really that. Let's put it like that, basically.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I actually did do a podcast, but it wasn't my own. I did a podcast where was I really a guest? I don't know, but I was in a few episodes where we discussed the last season of Game of Thrones.
You're a recurring guest.
Yeah, I was a recurring guest.
Yeah, call it that. You're a recurring
I was a recurring guest.
Okay.
That was really cool, and that was in London as well. So that was like my first experience, being on a podcast and everything, but I was so shy. And my memory is so bad. When I try and discuss things and remember things, I can't. I'm very bad at naming characters in general. Forget where you're from, forget you are an anime character or a human being, real life. It doesn't matter. I just will not remember your name. It will just not come to me so easily. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I think the one I did, the issue I had was I was with people who at times, the kind of people that believe that the louder they say something, the more correct they are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it felt like that in a sense, where it's just like at some point we ain't even trying to get our point. It's just trying to see who can raise their volume the loudest to make their point sound the most sensible, or the point that makes the most sense. And it just didn't make no sense. And it was starting to slightly fall into that back chat-ish realm, because it was at the time where back chat was still sort of a thing for people.
Yeah.
It still is, not that it's not, but it was more prevalent at the time. Because I remember.
By the way, if anyone does not know what back chat is, it is it's on YouTube. It's literally it was like a YouTube. It was quite popular then. I think it's still ongoing. I'm not sure, but it's literally girls versus boys debating, discussing stuff. But it was more so to do with relationship, if I'm not mistaken, because I feel like a lot of the topics revolved relationship and sex and all that kind of stuff.
And for me, I'm not gonna lie, that's a limited conversation at times. Don't get me wrong.
I think it's interesting.
No, in the right platform and the right way it's done, it can be a really good conversation.
I think it was actually quite good. The person that did it.
They did it right. The problem is everyone tried to repeat it, and when people were trying to do it, it just didn't. It didn't vibrate. It just wasn't the same thing for me. It wasn't operating the same sort of frequency. So it was just I would rather not be involved in a project that's just a a regurgitation of what someone else is sort of doing.
Yeah, I hear that.
So it was that aspect. It was the people feeling like if they're louder, their point made more sense, but they were just barking like a dog.
Wow.
No shade.
Definitely shade, but
100%. The umbrella's in the room. Very shady. But yeah, that sounds for me. It's just that wasn't my sort of thing.
Okay.
I just didn't feel myself enjoying that long term.
Bringing it back to anime, I also wanted to kind of discuss, like, I wanted to see what. I wanted to ask you what you've been recently watching. Actually,
Okay.
have you been recently watching any anime at all?
I won't lie. Just this morning, I was on my catch up on One Piece.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, let me see what I can get through. So I'm on like episode 1043. Yeah, 1043. It sounds wild, doesn't it? When you hear that number.
It sounds so wild, and every time I'm just thinking, like, Steffy, when are you going to catch up? Because I'm on episode 800 and something. Okay, I've not.
Our producer's face says it all. There's a look of disgust as to be like, I feel sorry for you guys.
Is it on how far I am, or is it more so on the fact that it's a lot of episodes? Okay, it's a lot of episodes. Okay, yes, because it is a lot of episodes.
Yeah.
It's very good regardless, and I am going to catch up.
I'm only like 20 or so episodes behind, to be fair. I think actually 20 might be a stretch. Maybe I'm like 20 episodes behind, I'd say. So I'm not too bad.
You know what? I would like to say that I want to read the manga. I would like to say that. But when I hear that amount of episodes, I'm just really scared to know the amount of like chapters or whatever volumes there is for the manga. So I don't know if I necessarily want to.
With One Piece, is it less or more? You know, because certain anime, sometimes you feel like 3 chapters were just covered throughout one episode, but then there'll be times where it was like in 2 episodes you really only dealt with 1 chapter. So I'm not sure how that would work One Piece wise, but yeah, you got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, no, I definitely do.
I don't envy you.
I definitely do. With me.
Sorry, I'm not done. That was
sorry, that's not the only one. Okay, sorry, my bad.
That was just my recent catch up. Sorry. Obviously, Aoashi. I'm still watching that. I'm waiting for season 2 to drop, but that's one of my recent watches.
That's the football one, right?
Yeah, one of the football ones. Obviously, I got you to try Blue Lock, which
Blue Lock was good.
I think there's more episodes now that have dropped, by the way, so we need to.
Oh, we need to catch up, please.
Yeah.
Okay, because I actually really enjoy Blue Lock.
We'll go through that. What else have I been watching recently? Because I swear something is leaving my mind. Bleach, 1,000 Year Blood War arc.
Okay, the new episodes that have come out.
Yeah, so the part 1 has been released. I'm waiting for part 2 to drop of everything. But I'm really, really enjoying that. I missed Bleach, man. I really miss Bleach, man.
You love Bleach.
I love it's the music as well. I'm gonna do it because I saw my. It's just epic, man. What? Bleach is too cold. But yeah, I'd say those are probably the ones I'm watching right now more recently. I'm fully behind on my Boruto. I purposely said let me fall behind because I could tell that these men were about to kill me with filler compared to what's going on in the manga. So I said I'll chill for now.
Okay.
And then I'll let that do its thing for a little bit and I'll catch up and see. So I've probably got like a solid 60 or so episodes I've not watched.
Oh, okay.
I reckon I'd say 60, anywhere between, I'd say 40. Yeah.
You're watching you got quite a lot of animes that you're currently watching.
Yeah. I try to keep up.
Oh, that's cool. I feel
falling behind this so long.
I feel like it's me that's lacking then at this point because I've only been watching.
And Baki. Sorry.
Yeah, Baki, we're watching it together. Well, actually, no, I guess you've gone and watched it by yourself because you are a demon child. Let me tell you something. Because I waited to watch Baki because of you.
I'll tell you. There is a part that, trust me, you'll be happy that me and you aren't in the same room watching together. It's an awkward watch. So trust me, you'll thank me for having gone that far and I'll let you catch up now. I won't watch anything further.
No. Watch. I need you to watch because you know what? I'm going to watch it by myself. Don't worry.
Okay, and when you get to that episode,
we can talk about it.
You'll understand why it made sense for me to do what I did.
When I get to that episode, we'll talk about it. But let's do that because I waited for you. Then We watched it together, and then you went ahead. And I've been waiting for you. Okay. Don't worry. I'll remember this.
Yeah, this reminds me of
What?
the Kevin Hart Don Cheadle conversation
No, no.
exchange. Yeah, was it? We'll let people decide when they watch this back.
Yes. Yeah. Who is the betrayer between the two of us? Because you are definitely stabbing somebody in the back.
I'm sorry.
Me. But yeah, so I would so I'm definitely gonna watch. No, sorry. I was saying what I was watching recently. Sorry.
Yeah.
So I haven't been watching much anime, to be fair. Sorry, but I have watched a movie that was like recommended to me by. Actually, I've been seeing it from time, and I've been wanting to watch it like forever. But I've taken my time watching it, and then Tara was like, "No, you need to go and watch it. It's like my favorite movie ever." And I was like, "Okay." So it's an anime movie, and it's by Shitoki. How do you say his name? No, Tara, please don't look at me like that. How do you say his name?
Producers leave you hanging dry.
You know. But anyways, it's Perfect Blue. It's Perfect Blue from Satoshi Kon. Yeah, Satoshi Kon. Okay, my bad. Satoshi Kon. Sorry, I told you guys I'm so bad with names.
Anime lovers, not experts.
Exactly. So, and it's such an amazing and well-made movie, and that's it. Also, I was about to say physiological. I can't even say it.
Psychological.
I was gonna say
physiological, weren't you?
I don't even know.
That's another one.
Psychological thriller. And I definitely need to rewatch it because I was a bit confused.
First time round.
Yeah, I was a bit, and I feel like I might have missed things because once I understood what was happening, I feel like I definitely missed stuff. But it's such a well-made movie that is making me definitely want to watch a lot of I want to watch his other works as well because I haven't watched any of his work. So that was like really good. So that's the one that I've recently watched. And then I watched any, well, obviously I was watching Back Here With You, but let's not talk about that. What other anime have I recently watched? I think that's it. I haven't really been watching anime per se. I think like I'm really trying to catch up with the movies right now, more so than watching any like TV, like any
anime shows.
Yeah, anime shows. So that's my thing right now. But yeah. I think it's time to do our recommendation of the week. So guys, we're going to be doing this segment where we're actually going to give you guys some recommendations of what to watch. It's not necessarily going to be just anime. Sometimes we can flip it and recommend other things to you guys. So Adi, do you want to start? Is there anything that you want to recommend for this week? I mean,
I'm not even going to talk about the fact that you chose to put me on the spot first.
Yes.
But that's fine. It's okay. I did
deserve
see it earlier.
Demon Child.
It's all right. Wow. My God. Hi. My mother, wow. To be fair, if I'm a demon child, it's the same womb me and you came from, Sha. So,
no, me, I was the saint.
They say, how can one room produce sin and the other one produce
Have
devil?
you watched anime?
To be fair, that's the Blue Exorcist, to be fair. Do you know what I'm saying, actually? One Donnie was a demon, the other one came out all right somehow.
Yeah, something.
I guess it would be like that. But yeah, my recommendation of the week, it's got to be a sport. I'm going to give a sports anime. Ooh, I was going to give this one, but I won't lie. It didn't end well. And I didn't read the manga, so I'm not sure if you guys should bother with that one. There is one that I've only seen the trailer of.
Okay.
But I've not watched yet.
Okay.
But what I've seen, I thought was pretty cool because anytime when it comes to sports animes, obviously sometimes they have some supernatural aspects to it that they involve things that, you know, are exaggerated features of things that happen in real life.
Yeah.
But this one, for me, it was just partly it was the art and animation in which they were able to execute some of the moves, because this is a basketball anime.
Yeah.
So it was the art and animation for some of the way that they were able to execute the moves, as well as how realistic it looked. And even just the combination of moves. I'm seeing Donnie's out here in between the leg, cross, hezi, euro. Like, it looks cold. It's called Left Hand Layup.
Okay.
And it's a Chinese anime. I have
Okay.
never watched a Chinese anime before, and I'll be dead
I've actually
honest.
never watched a Chinese anime myself.
I didn't know they existed. So yeah, that was a new.
I knew they existed. I just never watched.
I didn't. I'm bad. So this is where, clearly I need to know. For all I know, I've probably watched Chinese anime on a low-key one and not realized.
not realizing
I've just
it.
assumed.
Yeah.
Whatever that says about me as a person, God knows. But yeah, I assumed everything will come out of Japan. The only thing that I've only watched that I realized wasn't out of Japan was it God of High School?
Yeah,
God
but
of High
that was
School.
still. I think that was made. That was
It was
directed by a
Japanese made,
Japanese.
but the original webtoons that it comes from
it's
is Korean.
Yeah.
Because obviously it takes place in Seoul. But yeah, Left Hand Layup. If you are a sports anime lover, I reckon for you that would be your bread and bar. You'll enjoy it. If you're somebody who enjoyed stuff like, obviously like Kuroko's Basketball, the movie they've done on it, things along those sort of lines. If you like, I say it's a bit further away from Slam Dunk, sort of in a sense. But I think if you like that sort of stuff and you like good quality, sort of animation and art, then yeah, Left Hand Layup definitely will be the one for you. Give it a go.
Okay. So my recommendation of the week, funnily enough, is also not Japanese anime.
Okay. Mad.
It's gonna be a Korean anime.
You love your Koreans, aren't you?
No, but to be fair, it was it's on Netflix as well. So if you want to watch it, it's there, and it's called Lookism. And I hope I'm saying this right.
That one.
Yes, and
Okay.
it's such a it is a slice of life, but not necessarily. Yeah, it's a slice of life. Yeah.
Sure.
But it has some supernatural elements to it and everything. But it's really good. I feel like it's such a. It touches on the topic of bullying and looks and stuff like that, which I think is such a big conversation in Korea as well. And it was a really, really good anime to watch. I really enjoyed it. The art style is pretty different, but I felt like it was a bit more realistic to how how anime looks like. Like anime with the big eyes and the colorful hairs and
the very, very European features.
And yes, and that. But I feel like with the Lookism it had a bit more a realistic look, you know what I mean? And you definitely feel like you're in Korea, but I mean, even it's beautifully made. The animation is also very beautifully made, so I would advise to watch that. Honestly, it's a really good watch. I enjoyed it very much, so I feel like you guys will also enjoy that too. So
That's fair enough.
yeah.
It's a good one. I'll endorse it because I'm not one that, obviously I've mentioned before, you know me, I like my sports anime, shonen type stuff.
Yeah.
You got me to watch Lookism. I actually thought it was a pretty good anime. I enjoyed it, to be fair.
It's good.
It's a fun way of looking at something that's actually quite bad, and it's an ugly reality and truth about society and the way people are viewed based on their aesthetic.
Yeah.
So yeah. I'll definitely recommend it as well. I'll double that. But yeah, that rounds up our first episode, guys.
Ooh, we just did our first episode and we done.
Yeah, so if you don't see us next week, it's probably because we're siblings and we've decided to beef each other. So we say we're not recording. Other shows how sometimes they have a missing episode and they'll be like, "Oh, we're busy this week." And
No, we will beef and we'll let you know.
It was just because we're not messing with each other at the time. That's just the truth of the situation.
Maybe that's it.
And if you see us, it means it's all sweet and it's all good.
So hopefully we're all good and we're all sweet next time you see us. And that's why you're going to see us next week.
So yeah, catch us on our next episode and meet us in the middle next time. Thanks.